Hello everyone, welcome back to King of Dragon Pass. Let's move on to allocate our magic. Let's see, they say our crafters will be plagued with misfortune this year. Our God Talkers forecast that the next harvest will be a good one. Let's go ahead and put some into crops, into destiny, into diplomacy, into herds. We've got 30 left. Heroism, trade, and war. That's pretty good. Okay. Orlanth and Asaris were pleased that we have more cows than we did a year ago. The God Talkers of those two deities were granted magical strength. I don't know exactly how that comes out, but your leadership is excellent. Magic is good. I'm not sure if that has improved, though. Down to bargaining. 54, though. Gargistan is renowned at combat, very good at leadership, good at magic. Let's see. Kalai is very good with animals, very good with bargaining, renowned at combat, excellent at custom, heroic at leadership, excellent at magic, and good with plants. Not seeing anyone else new, though. Randan has renowned magic now. That might have been something that improved. Alright, well, for now, we'll go ahead and not reorganize. I think pretty happy with the clan ring that we have. I do need to bump up our patrols. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and do some exploring. We can go visit the marsh ducks. Let's not send Gargistan, though. We'll go with Randan. I mean, if he dies, he dies. 3 weapon thanes. 7 footmen. Travel slowly. We have too many hunters for the wildlands. Oh no! Okay. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that there's no more mysteries that I need, but we could always build. Well, Lanker Mai. You can get the help divine the truth. That's always good. We'll go with that. Okay, we got something with the elves. Sven, a member of the Konthasus clan, comes to you seeking aid. Plant people, the elves, have descended on our Tula and demand the right to worship at our shrine to Flamal. They will harm us if we refuse, they say. But we do not want our shrine strengthening the magic of the deadly forest folk. You say anything other than do nothing and find elves and tell them you support their demands. Helping the Konthasus will improve our relations with them. Convince the Konthasus to allow limited use of their temple by elves. Offer elves compensation instead of temple rights. Send a war party to attack the petitioning elves. Do nothing. We are not obligated to help. Why can't elves and humans worship Flamal together? Okay. Find elves and tell them you support their demands. The elves are terrifying opponents. In their native forest, one band of elves can defeat an army of vicious trolls. Conciliation is better than fighting. And Flamal, who was killed and then came back, loves elves more than us. If we harm the elves, our fertility could suffer. If we raid during sea season, our crops will suffer. Flamal is a male fertility deity, unlike all those weeping earth goddesses. We must honor him. We'll convince the Konthasus to allow limited use of their temple by elves. They refused to consider this, and said we were foul plant lovers. Plants are pretty good. I mean, not as good as ham, but, you know, nice beef and broccoli is delicious. Kind of thing. Alright, let's see. So we have the clan lore, helps divine the truth. That's not too shabby. Nothing to do there. Can't build that up anymore. could build that up and get Milk Blessing, which would just increase the food that we get, I think. Upgrading to the Smite Chaos might not be good. Might not be bad. Berserker I'm not really a fan of. We could definitely improve that, but let's not do that this year. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's sacrifice it for Pathfinder. Sacrifice was favorably received. Our expedition to the west has returned. They say that the place should be called Beast Valley, for it is teeming with beast folk. Minotaurs, centaurs, duckmen, fox people, even wasp people. Our explorers encountered numerous beast folk, who did not attack them but seemed displeased to see them. Finally, they were ambushed by a squadron of ducks who fought with animalistic fury, killing some and wounding others. The survivors escaped from their clutches, and do not wish to return to Beast Valley anytime soon. Man, they really did not take well that suggestion. We're being raided by the Conthassos. They have 9 horsemen and 163 swordsmen. The wolves warned us, and all 25 weapon thanes met them, as well as 331 of the feared. Drive them off, skirmish, and I see no need to sacrifice right now. We did lose a couple, but we exchanged missile fire with them, but never closed. Our auxiliaries were able to heal 2 of our warriors. We killed and wounded a lot of them. Oh, goody. Rumor has it that certain unmarried young men of the clan have been heading into the woods to visit a beautiful woman, one who doesn't dress or act like an Orlanthe. It may even be that some married men have been with her, breaking the laws against adultery. We know the dreadful penalty for cavorting with this nymph. We must find her and make her suffer. She is a wood nymph. If men were with her, they are in danger. The elements have weathered our temples already. Repairs now will avoid greater costs in the future. What does that even mean, Beneva? Who mocked necklaces she made of their heart rose. I swear you're getting a little bit crazy in your old age, Bronthos. We know these woods as well as we know the shape of our faces. If an outlaw woman hides here, we will find her. We know the dreadful penalty for cavorting with this nymph. We must find her and make her suffer. Well, these are just rumors. Wait for facts. This is scarcely a matter for an individual of my great talents. Let's send a search party to capture the woman. They could not find her or any trace of her passing. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, so we now know about Beast Valley. I guess we could send someone back to Carofin. Let's do that. Let's go with Randan again. Mostly because if something happens to Randan, I don't really care. The priests and priestesses are outraged. Someone has snuck into the Temple of Orlanth and left a crude, muddy effigy right in the middle of it. The people are concerned that this is a curse, or some other form of bad magic. Convince people it is wise to leave the effigy right where it is. Dedicate the statue to Yermal and move it to its own sacred hut. Since this involves magic, not beer or cattle, I'm inclined to let Yorsar have his way here. Yorsar has promised to obey the chieftain. The chief is responsible for any untoward actions he might take. Destroy it and have the chief publicly beat Yorsar to show the clan's displeasures. Yermal will be happiest if we use the effigy as part of a trick against another clan. Sneak it into another clan's best temple. The people are disturbed by this strange thing, and will be pleased to see Yorsar punished. Send Baranthos to sneak it inside the Tadanling Temple. Ooh. It will defile the temple if we don't move it, but Yermal will curse us if we do. There's no big mystery. I put the effigy there in tribute to Yermal the Trickster God. It will help us to overcome the skepticism of others. We'll dedicate the statue to Yermal and move it to its own sacred hut. I do like the idea of sneaking it into another clan's best temple, but... Nah, let's do that. And there was the option of the, Tadanling, but I'm gonna go with the Conthassos. Alright, well, Baranthos, that was the suggestion, so let's see if you can do it. How many warriors do you send with Baranthos? Go with 4. Baranthos was caught trying to sneak the effigy into the Conthasos temple. They wounded Baranthos and his companions in the course of driving them off. That was worth a shot. 1 wounded. He should be okay. The farmers are uncertain. The weapon thanes feel unshakable. But I do need to fix our... Fix that. Let's go ahead and get a few more weapon thanes. Alright, there we go. I guess we'll just explore our Tula a little bit as well. And... Venharl, you can go do it. I didn't find anything. Yep. As I expected. Let's see. I cast a curse lifting spell on all the men of the tribe. Cast a curse lifting spell on all clan members. Sacrifice to Arnalda for help. Curse lifting. Anyone who had contact with the woman in the woods must come forward. Not again. How could they? Why? Oh, awful. Quickly waste no time with who did what or when. Just cast a curse lifting spell for everyone and avert disaster. Yeah, let's just go with the men of the clan. 3 Carls died. One of them was married, so we knew that he had committed adultery with the mysterious woman of the woods. I've lost a lot of magic there, but I think I gained 5 more when we got this event. Our expedition to Mount Carofin has returned. Randan and the others wandered for many days upon the slopes of the Mother Goddess, for a strange confusion had descended upon them, robbing them of all awareness in the passage of time. They saw peculiar things which they will not speak of. Randan assures us that, although there is much strangeness here, it is a good strangeness, and we are not to be concerned. Verlaine, the willful child of well-liked Carls, has a history of making trouble, but now he has done the unthinkable. He has desecrated your Orlanth temple, throwing cow dung all over the holy shrines. When asked why he would do such a thing, he only shrugs. His parents are beside themselves with shame and anger. The God-Talkers conduct the usual rites to restore the balance of the temple. Conduct an additional powerful temple purification ritual. This has made the people very unhappy. Only the purification of the temple will cheer them up. Desecrating a temple is not an awful crime, but he has not yet been initiated and is not responsible for his actions. Although it will be very hard, we must be certain to purify the temple. We should sacrifice at least 15 cows as we do so. The deliberate desecration of a temple is a terrible crime. Outlaw him. He's a kid. Wow. Wow, Elgane. Verlaine has always been a handful, but he has never done anything as bad as this. Send for shamans to see if the boy is possessed. I don't have an opinion on this. We'll go ahead and conduct an additional powerful temple purification ritual. Alright, 15 cows, and we'll go with 15 goods as well. The God-Talker said that the temple had been properly purified. This year's harvest was a good one. 6,700 food. Wow. Alright, well, let's see if we can do a... let's do a cattle raid, if we can. Actually, let me fix my... things there. Alright, cattle raid on the turtles. We were spotted. Alright, let's go ahead and survival and evade. Run away! Both sides withdrew from the field without engaging. That's fine with me. Let's try it again. They'll never expect a second attempt. Actually, they totally should, because I do that all the time. 32 cows without ever being noticed. Sounds good. I just heard what happened with the dispute between the elves and the Conthasos. Remember how the elves were insisting on temple rites? Well, the elves suddenly dropped their demands and melted back into the woods. Just goes to show you can never tell what elves are going to do. And we're being raided by the trolls. 7 dark trolls and 99 trollkin. Luckily, our patrol spotted them, and all 28 weapon thanes met them, as well as 327 of the feared. Let's go ahead and skirmish, drive them off. No need to sacrifice. Lost 2 farmers. 1 was wounded. But we did not actually kill or injure all of them. But we drove them off. Hjord, a thane of the Old Owl clan, comes to ask you for information about Ingard, chief of the Grey Dog clan. We intend to enter into negotiations with Ingard and hope that you know something about his personality, so that we will be well prepared for our parley. As king of the tribe, surely you know about the clan chiefs. You can afford to let us owe you a favor. Ingard is devious, but a generous giver. Better to give Hjord information we are sure of. Ingard is about as pious as any clan chief, but not greatly so. Ingard is so silver-tongued he could convince a cow to milk itself. Answer his question. It is good to give him words instead of cows. Just tell him any old thing. I'll roll the dice to determine our answer. Yorsar! Have you become Laftel? Let's see. Well, we know him well. Is he cautious, chief, or daring? I don't think we actually got that information. Sometimes cautious, sometimes not. Come on, Yorsar, roll the dice. Hjord departed and thanked us for the information. Not long afterwards, he returned to our Tula to withdraw his thanks. The information you gave us was mistaken at best and deceitful at worst. Our relations with the Grey Dogs have been sorely tested, and it is your careless words which are to blame. Hjord continued, I will make sure that all the clans of the Hamtopia know how worthless your word is. How worthless your word is, huh? I thought I knew. Let's try and get some more cattle. Cattle raid! Aww. Survival, evade. Alright, both sides withdrew. That's fine. Our herders report that the turtles stole 25 cows in a cattle raid. They were gone before our patrols could reach them. Bastards. Well, screw that then. We're just going to do an outright raid. We eluded the turtle patrols, and our 22 weapon thanes and 259 footmen are facing only 15 weapon thanes and 110 swordsmen. Alright, charge! Plunder! I'm not going to sacrifice anything. Let's go! We rushed the turtle formation while they were still sacrificing to their gods. The turtle charge falters for a moment, thanks to the heroic efforts of Kangarl and the warriors to his right and left. But one by one, the warriors surrounding Kangarl fall beneath turtle swords. Kangarl is cut upon the sword arm while trying to cover their withdrawal. If Kangarl rallies to break the turtle charge, you have a good chance of winning the battle, but he risks his life by continuing to fight. What should he do? He's excellent at combat. Rally our warriors and countercharge, play dead, retreat and use personal healing magic, stand his ground, fight to our auxiliaries to get healing. Rally our warriors and countercharge. Kangarl rallied 2 of our finest warriors. Together they charged the weak spot in the turtle line. The turtles faltered from the force of Kangarl's charge, but after the initial shock of impact, Kangarl's wound slowed him down, so that an Neroxy Berserker caught him on the side with an axe, and our champion fell dead. Oh. When we turned Kangarl's body over and found he was dead, we vowed to Orlantha that we would not let him die unavenged, and we struck the turtles until they could take no more. It was an extended clash. Their magic was stronger than ours, but we were not dismayed. We drove the turtles from the battlefield and were able to plunder their Tula. We captured 37 cows and 8 horses. With their careful attention, our auxiliaries kept 4 warriors from dying and healed 14 of the wounded. And we're being raided by the turtles! Alright, sacrifice to Humoct, drive them off. Skirmish, 8 horsemen, 196 swordsmen. Alright, let's go. The turtles had to charge through a devastating hail of missile fire. Hofsturring, an arrogant turtle thane, challenges Angori to single combat. He holds 2 javelins instead of his sword, and Angori hastily grabs 2 javelins from a fallen warrior. As Hofsturring shuffles into range, Angori sees him working combat magic on the missile he is preparing to throw. What should Angori do? Charge to fight hand-to-hand, dodge the first throw, then throw back, taunt Hofsturring into throwing before he is ready. Let's try that. The turtle thane's skin was too thin to endure taunting. He broke off his spell and hurled his first javelin before he was ready. Angori dodged and threw back, but Hofsturring charged too fast to be hit, pulling his sword and swearing to kill our hero, or die trying. Hofsturring roared and whirled his blades as if he wished to cut Angori in half with one stroke. Angori parried the stroke downwards and hopped into the air, and when he came down, his own blade was wedged deep in the hapless turtle's skull. Way to go, Angori. Excellent with leadership, very good with combat. 1 wounded. We killed or injured, I think, pretty much every single one of them. Captured 4 horses. I ran into some holy warriors of Urox, the Storm Bull, who treated me roughly, spat upon me, and cast aspersions upon our clan's honor and integrity. I protested that their behavior towards me was unjust, and they responded by reciting a litany of untruths about us. People of the Conthassos clan told them that we initiated our magicians into chaos cults. It took much talking and as much sweating, but I finally convinced them that we were the victims of slander by the Conthassos clan, whose dislike for us is well known. And so ends the year. First thing I'm gonna do when we get into the next year is try and resurrect Kangarl. I don't know if it'll work though. I know it doesn't work for Euroxy. 46 babies were born. We initiated 7 children as adults. It doesn't work for Humakti, not Euroxy, I think I said. Whatever. The clan has 15 more people, 12 fewer head of cattle, 15 more horses, and 18 fewer sheep than we did last Sacred Time. We produced 2,530 and ate 1,121 bushels of food. 492 were lost due to spoilage. Our crafters produced 133 cows worth of goods. Our market made a profit of 63 cows worth of goods. Alright, well, when we come back next time, we will be trying another hero quest. I was thinking about doing the Euroxy one, but if we can't get Kangarl back, then that's not going to happen. Anyway, for now, call it an episode. See you next time, everyone.